Hello, welcome back. It's been a minute. I have a light now, so you can better see my face, my reactions, and everything. Also noticed that this mic is fucking sensitive. So I do apologize for all the shit you're gonna be. I fucked the camera. There's a few things that I do want to adjust before we go on. Torkoal deserves to be up here in Friends. That is a change. Steelix is above Gyarados. Right there. And I think that's about it. One other thing I want to do, which is unfortunately not going to be a thing until just now, is I'm going to do that. Just so the thing is separated. Also, we're going to just do... yeah. So Gen 4, I'm going to preface this by pointing out that Generation 4 was the first generation of Pokemon that I ever played. So we're gonna see if my nostalgia has anything to do with these ratings. So let's get into it. So we begin with the starters, as we always do. And honestly, of the first start, I think these are my favorites. My favorite first stage starters, and that's probably just because they're the ones I grew up with. But Turtwig, he's such a what a great design overall. Where the hell is Bulbasaur? Bulbasaur's in peak. I don't think Turtwig's quite peak. Is Turtwig peak? Oh wow. I think I do actually like Turtwig more. I think I like him. Oh my god. I love that little guy. Maybe not more than Lotad. Maybe that's fine. Grotle. Why did we go from twig on the head to a bush to a tree? And then Torterra is such a cool Pokemon. Such a good design. Don't know if I'm gonna say that he's peak. I don't think I can do that, but I do love him. And then here's the thing. So Chimchar was the first one. Chimchar was my first starter Pokemon that I ever chose. So they automatically are gonna be way up here. That's fine. Monferno is probably my least favorite member of the line. He's got such an excellent design. Like the whole thing works for me. I know Monferno's not necessarily popular, but I think he looks great. And then Infernape, he's got to be up there. You know, it's Infernape. I love that guy. I have no notes. I think Piplup is my least favorite member of the Gen 4 starters, first stage wise, but I would definitely say that they are high friends. Cute penguin, very well designed. I initially, for Prinplup, was like, this is a stupid design because it just looks odd, but then kind of the same thing, I might have said this, and if I didn't, I meant to say it. The same thing with Combusken. Like, you go from Torchic, who's there. You go from Torchic to Blaziken, and it's like, how do you get from there to there? So, how do you get from Piplup, this adorable little baby penguin, to this monstrous emperor penguin with a fucking crown that's a trident? He used to be down here. Also, I think I do have to move Salamence up. But yeah, Prinplup used to be down there, and then he would move up here. I think I would have said Funny Guys. I think he's somewhere in Awesome now. And then Empoleon, again, I don't quite think is a friend, but I think I like him more than Grovyle. Starly is pretty funny. Just the complete dead-eyed stare. Honestly, nah, I'm gonna say they're awesome. Almost tempted to put Staravia here, like in the extra don't care tier. There, over the years, there's a lot of middle stage Pokemon, and it's really weird. Gen 4 didn't really do it either. Like Luxio, I'm not crazy about. Bite, I'm not crazy about. I'm gonna keep Staravia there because I am excited at least for Staraptor, who's peak. They gave the tiny little starling, became a raptor, and it gets fucking close combat. The thing's badass. Bidoof automatically has to be in Funny Guys. I have never been as crazy on Bidoof as everybody else is. Bibarel has Simple, which is objectively hilarious. Now listen, Kricketot. It is just a cricket, right? It's just a little guy, but his little arms are like like doing that to his little suit. That is objectively one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. On that note, I have to put Kricketot in Friends. Kricketoon's a bit much, but the cry is very funny. Shinx I've never been crazy about, but objectively they are a friend. I don't have like crazy nostalgia for them. It's really funny. The beginning of the decks, I'm realizing more as I'm looking through, I have a lot more nostalgic attachment to the Pokemon at the beginning of the decks, and most of them are for older reasons. Luxio is pretty cool. I'm not crazy about him though. But he's a good middle stage. And then I mean Luxray. Like, dude, the cry puts him in peak. Luxray's cry is one that I hear it and it just brings me back. Badoo is cute. I'm frustrated a bit by their existence, but they're cute. And then Roserade is amazing. This masquerade, like, androgynous design is so good. Look, I'm gonna be so for real with you. Shieldon and Bastiodon, I don't give a shit. Cranidos is kind of funny, but I'm not crazy about. I don't think I care about Cranidos, but I don't feel nothing. And Rampardos, I think, is objectively pretty cool, just because of how high his physical attack is. And Burmy Wormadam, I don't care at all. But Mothim makes me mad because it's such a lame, uninspired design for a moth. The thing that annoys me when people say, "Oh my god, they keep making moths. Stop making moths." Like, guys, there's a million moths. Same thing with dogs. Same thing with cats. There's a bunch of different species of these creatures that exist on our planet, and it's cool that Game Freak is in turn like, the Pokemon world has these creatures in them that are all different species and whatnot. Make them interesting. Like Combee. This is a good idea. This is a cute design. This is a friend. Better than Rayquaza, for sure.
You what?
Tiny little bee. A honeycomb that's a bee? Great. Vespiquen I don't think is quite a friend, but holy crap is this thing badass. Also, when the fuck did I put Castform up that high? Holy shit. Castform's cool, but not that cool. That is one thing I noticed in my other going back and watching it. I get distracted and then just forget to go back and talk about them. But yeah, Vespiquen, and I mean, come on. Pachirisu. It's a fucking world champion. I don't know. I do know why. 2 things. 3 things. 1, the Manaphy movie. Random. Just a random ass Pokemon that Gen 4. Here you go. 2. Much like Apom. I also had a plushie of Chinchar. I had a plushie of Buizel. He's around here somewhere. I don't know where he is. Maybe I'll get a setup behind me or something. I don't know. But I had that. And also, he is the quintessential Aqua Jet user. Floatzel is still pretty awesome, but isn't nearly as high. Cherubi. Oh yeah, also Cricket. Where does Kricketot? There they are. Is another fiance Pokemon. Cherubi is the same as well. Lower end of friends, but a friend nonetheless. The Cherry Blossom. What a good idea. Honestly, her and Blossom would be friends. And the Shellos. I think the last time I did this, I would put Shellos there. I think I have to. And then I think I also have to do this. The stock of Gastrodon has risen as of late. I think I need to calm down a little bit. I think they're going to get separated at some point. I think Shellos goes down a little bit. But Gastrodon remains right there. Oh boy, Ambipom. You look at the hair and the hands and the fucking... Whew. He is plummeted. Let me tell you. Drifloon is objectively funny and terrifying, but also funny. And then I just don't care about Drifloon. Baniri, you can go there. And now Lopunny. So there was something off about Lockman's design. And then the internet happened, and then eventually, kind of like with Vaporeon, I went, oh well, the internet's going to be the internet. I'm going to say they're awesome. I do like the design. I do like what they did with it. It's, like, even if it's a horny rabbit, guess what? Like, people make the joke about rabbits bang all the time, or whatever. Where did I put Misdreavus? There is Miss Magius. I just feel like the games have always tried to make me hate this Pokemon, because Platinum and then Scarlet and Violet, I think it still deserves to be in Friends based off of nothing else other than the design. And then Honchkrow, I think I still prefer Murkrow, but what a cool design. I almost called them Liepard and Purloin. I think that tells you enough about Glameow and how little I give a shit. I'm going to say this. I think if it wasn't for Mars, no one would give a shit about Purugly. It is just a plain old normal type, and it doesn't do anything that spectacular. Chingling... I just don't care. See, this is what I mean about Gen 4. There's a lot of Pokemon that I love, as you're seeing up there. But then there's so many just meh. Like, I don't give a fuck. And then Stunky and Skuntank make me mad. Skunks, so very misunderstood. They are cute and precious and baby. And yet Game Freak has decided to make the skunk Pokemon the ugliest fucking Pokemon to exist. And also, yes, I am holding this one. I'm holding Jupiter's fucking Skuntank responsible for my disdain toward it. And I also don't care. But Bronzong is objectively kind of badass. Big fucking bell. Bonsley is cute. Not crazy, but I do like him. I think he's got a cute design to him. And Mime Jr.'s design just works. It's cute. It's so cute. They made it work. They took the fucking terrifying, creepy mime and turned him adorable. I think I'd like Happiny. It's the weird little, like, bangs? Is that what that's supposed to be? I think she's my favorite member of the line, but I don't think I feel a ton for her. Chatot's a friend. This generation is so weird. But I do love Chatot. I love music, and Chatot is a perfect representation of that. I think Spiritomb is objectively one of the most badass Pokemon ever created. God, I love Gible. Holy shit, do I love Gible. I love this little fucking gremlin. Honestly, it's the mouth hanging open, the whole personality. And then I kind of feel about the same for Gabite as I do for, like, Staravia, where I'm like, middle stage. To get to Garchomp, who I think his Megas kind of ruined it for me a little bit. There is maybe a couple people, if they've been paying attention, and if they're watching this video, that know why those two are next to each other, and I'm going to make absolute certain that they remain next to each other for the entirety of this video. Or for the entirety of this series, not just this video. And then Munchlax, where did I put Snorlax? I don't think Munchlax goes above Snorlax, but I do like Munchlax. Roaming around while Deoxys is like fucking warping the Matrix, and he's just hungry. Riolu is so fucking cute. I love this little guy. He's got so much just good energy. I love Lucario as well. I don't think as much anymore. There's just something about Riolu that it's the good fun energy. So I don't think I like Hippopotas, and it's because I've looked at the eyes too long, and because the eyes are a different color from the snout. The eyes look like a completely different, disconnected part of the creature, and it's weird. Hippowdon, I think just for the female alone, goes in awesome. Skorupi. completely could care less about. And I want to like Drapion. Drapion's design is really cool, though. I want to like Drapion more than I do. I know I said I wasn't letting the anime affect me. But Brock's Krogunk. I don't need to say anything else. No, I want to like Toxicroak so much more. I want to like Toxicroak more than I do. I think I'm gonna move. Honestly, you know what? I'm moving Meganium and Garchomp to the top of Awesome. And again, they have to go together. They're going to be forever linked in my mind. Same with Manaphy and Dugtrio, but they're not getting ranked together. Carnivine is another one that I wish they had done more with, because it is a very, very, very cool design. But that's it. And then Finneon and Lumineon. Very much don't care Pokemon on the surface. Good old Pichal, ranking ratings of every single Pokemon. And when he came across Finneon and Lumineon, he basically explained that they're like background Pokemon. They exist, they're important. Like, not every single Pokemon in the world has to be like this multiversal shifting badass. And you know what? I respect the hell out of that. And it's actually made me like Finneon a ton. I think it's a very cute design. I love the butterfly wing tail. Honestly, you're higher than that. Not more than Poliwhirl. And I think the weird tail for Lumineon does bring them down, but I still do like Lumineon a good amount. I think this is still a good design overall. And then Mantike, I think I have to put Mantike up here. And then Snover, just the cry. And then Abomasnow is also very badass. Very, very awesome, very, like, cool. Where is Sneasel? There. Weavile's above Sneasel. A decent amount, but not anything crazy. Weavile is just objectively one of the most badass Pokemon ever made. And with Weavile, we're into the Gen 4 evolutions, who are, for the most part, very good. Like Magnezone. Where's Magneton? There. I think I put Magnezone a little bit higher. I don't dislike Licky Licky nearly as much as Lickitung. It just doesn't make me as uncomfortable. It's like, oh, whatever. Eye roll. However, holy crap. What the fuck? What the fuck were they thinking with this design? And I'm just gonna grab Probopass real quick. Like, lower as well. Because they took Nosepass. The biggest issue that people have with this design is the nose. So what if we put all of the attention on the nose and gave them a mustache? Why? I like Tangrowth. God, Electivire is cool. Like, what a cool fucking design. Like, they really capitalized. Like, they ended the Electabuzz line in a really good way. Like, I didn't think they could, but Electivire is sick. And then what's funny is I don't like Magmortar. The fucking arm cannons are pretty badass. Aside from that, I don't like his face. And now we have Togekiss, who is like right up there with Crobat, maybe even above Crobat, as one of the most consistently reliable Pokemon that I always use. Like, whenever I use them, even prior to Generation 6 when it got Fairy, God, what a good Pokemon. 50% of the time, when it doesn't have fucking hustle. Yanmega, why is it not a fucking dragon? It's a dragonfly. Why is it not a bug dragon? Still badass. And then we have Leafeon, who also has to go up here. It's between Leafeon and Sylveon as to who my second favorite evolution is. And then Glaceon, I think, is 5th. Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to say Glaceon's 5th. I'm going to say Glaceon is a friend. Below Torkoal. Mostly because of the cry. Gliscor's below Gligar, but still, like, rad as fuck. You know? It's just big, terrifying scorpion thing. God! What a cool design. Terrifying fucking kill you mammoth. Porygon Z, I mean, I said it already. Porygon Z is so cool. I think just for this, I have to put Gallade in peak Pokemon. Yeah, I know I definitely don't feel as nearly as strongly about him that I do with like Gardevoir, Ralts, and Curlia. But it is also a satisfying payoff. Dusknoir! Holy shit. Fucking ghost that opens its stomach and consumes souls. Frostlass is a fucking ice banshee. Terrifying. I think she's a friend. I'm not ranking all the Rotom forms. I was gonna like be like, I want to figure out what my favorite Rotom form is. I think it might be the Fridge. I mean, they're all ridiculous, but I'm gonna rank this Rotom. And I also love him. I love that they've integrated him into the world, and he like helps to keep the world flowing and go. It's such a, what a great idea and concept. And now the legendaries, who are for the most part actually good, and I like them. Not the Lake Trio, because they're fucking boring. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't think I care about them anymore. Yeah, there you go. Dialga, again, I have to put him in peak. Like this is my guy, and he's got a really good design actually. The more I look at him, that he gets to separate Chimchar and Turtwig. That cry, Roar of Time, you know, the colors, fucking such a good design, such a good Pokemon. Palkia is not as high. He does kind of look like a dick. Why am I putting Staryu below Celio? That's a weird one. Now, I know that Heatran's like a fucking baked potato or whatever, but he's my baked potato, and he's pretty awesome. Dude, listen. I get that Slow Start is an absolutely dog shit ability, okay? I get it more than most people, because I fucking love this Pokemon. Because Regigigas, an incredible design. You know what? Off of that alone, I think I have to put him up there. Just simply based off the fact I will go to the depths of the goddamn universe to defend this man's honor. And then again, like, Giratina is a terrifying friend, but a friend nevertheless. Cresselia also Nuzlocke. By that logic, you're gonna go next to Venusaur. You're supposed to be outside. Manaphy and Fione. So, I have fond memories of these guys when I was a little kid. I didn't know what shiny Pokemon were, and I caught myself shiny Lickitung. Did not know it was shiny. I did not know what shiny Pokemon were. I knew it was a different color, I just didn't know what the fuck it was. So I traded it over to the GTS for a Manaphy, and I bred about 1 billion Fione, and I have very fond memories of it. Darkrai! I mean, come on. Right? Objectively, this thing is fucking sick, right? And then Shaman is so cute. Shaman's a friend. And then Arceus. So Legends Arceus is maybe my favorite game. It's either that or Scarlet. I have bad opinions, as you can probably tell from watching this. I will give Arceus this. I think his game has made me respect him more. How much more? Not more than Hippos. But yes, that is Gen 4. And I do think I actually like Mantike more than Shellos. Maybe with Morales as well. I think you go there. Regigigas can stay at the bottom. I think Regigigas is a really good gatekeeper because that's one of the fucking sickest designs they've ever made. But that is it. That is Generation 4. So Gen 5 is gonna be rough because it's a fucking shit ton of Pokemon. It's like fucking 156. And then when we're done there, we got Megas in Gen 6. I'll figure out how we're doing it there. But like another thing that I want to do, like, because as I'm going through editing, I'm listening to the songs from the previous generations. Holy shit, is Gen 2 soundtrack just infinitely better than 1 and 3. Gen 4 I have the nostalgia for, but oh my god, is Gen 2 soundtrack goated. Anywho, I will see you guys when we talk about Gen 5. Goodbye!